Okay, I know it's a Clubman. That's a given. It's white silver, white roof, and to be perfectly honest, white silver with white roof is the only way you should do white silver, unless of course you're doing a chili red roof on a JCW, because it looks amazing. So many people put black roofs on these cars, and it just looks boring. But I digress. This is a 2022 Mini Cooper S Clubman. It's not an all-four. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, it's not an all-four, why am I interested in this car? Well, I mean, it does have a blue interior. I mean, that's pretty nice. You can fit 5 people in it. It's got the barn doors at the back, piano black trim, Union Jack taillights. So what exactly is so special about this car? Well, it has a manual. So yes, when they say you can no longer get a Clubman with a manual transmission, they are technically lying. You can, providing it's not an all-four. Now you might be saying, but I want an all-four if I'm going to have a manual Clubman, why not? So here's the thing. As some of you might not know, the all-four system is a part-time all-wheel drive. It's not a full-time all-wheel drive system. So when you're cruising down the road or doing normal driving, it's in front-wheel drive the whole time. Only under certain conditions, hard acceleration, cornering, anything along those lines is when you are going to see the all-four system activate and you're going to get all 4 wheels spinning. That being said, Mini's stability control systems are phenomenal, so it might not be needed. Which is why I'm taking this one out for a drive to find out. And because it's a manual Clubman. And who wouldn't want one of those? Huh, it even has power seats. Ooh, frozen blue interior. Yeah, pretty nice. Well, let's get to it. All right then, so inside this Cooper S Clubman with a manual and no manual seats, so I'm going to have to get myself where I want to be, but I kind of like that. Or I'm just going to sit here and mess with the seats for the next 30 minutes. We're good. All right. Steering wheel where I want it. Oh yeah. There we go. Ooh, navigation. So this thing is pretty loaded. All right. What are we gonna go do with this? Well, you know what we're gonna go do with this. Sport mode on. Fun gauges on. Sport displays on. And let's go have fun. Because I like to have fun with other people's cars. Yeah, we'll go this way. So, most people realize that the Clubman is a big car. Bigger than the average Mini. But it doesn't necessarily drive like a big car. In fact, it does drive like a small car. And I know this because I've driven them on several occasions, and frankly, I quite enjoy them. And driving one with a manual transmission is rather fun because there's not that many out there anymore. So here's one. Most dealerships do not order manual transmission Clubmans because most customers won't buy them. This dealership is the exception. They will buy them. They will order them, I should say. Whether the customer actually buys it will depend on the right customer. And this is one of those vehicles where it's going to be the right customer to come along and buy this car. But as it is, this thing is amazing. Head-up display, digital dash, which is now standard across the line. We're in 6th gear right now. It's telling me my speed is supposed to be 60 miles per hour. And for all intents and purposes, it is. Panorama sunroof, not that I really care right now. Now what's funny is, you think you'd miss having the all-4 system. I don't notice any significant difference, really. But maybe that's because it's a manual transmission car. I don't know. It feels very planted. It feels very maneuverable. It doesn't feel any different to me than the all-4 Clubmans, aside from the fact this one has a manual transmission, which you can't get on an all-4 anymore. But I really like it. And if I want to, I have my navigation here, so it can tell me exactly where I want to go. It's kind of fun changing your own gears in a car that's technically considered a luxury car. I mean, when this car was launched, the MINI dealership here had a party, Halloween party, called the Big Lebowski reference, and to launch the car. They had a lot of fun with it. Someone in the higher-ups at BMW corporate in Munich, apparently, got wind of the whole thing and basically told dealerships, this is not how we want to market the car. I'm thinking, why? Well, they said it's because it's a luxury car. And I'm like, if it's a luxury car, why are you offering it in the UK in volcanic orange? Funny, right? And around the Miriam Loop we go. Oh, you would not know this thing's not an all-4. This is amazing. And it drives like a small Mini. You don't notice that it's a larger Mini. That's still what's so amazing about the Clubmans. They do not feel like big cars. They look bigger than the regular hardtop, but you have to remember, the largest Mini is still the smallest compact car. It's just the way it is. Feels very planted, shifts very nicely. Very nicely. And around we go again. Oh, this is nice. Oh, wow. That was exciting. I love driving these cars around that loop. Even more so when they're not mine. And that was just exciting. That is great. It drives really well. I mean, you'd be surprised. You'd think that it needs the all-4. No, it has the stability control. It's front-wheel drive. It has a 6-speed manual gearbox. It's great, just the way it is. And it's like, I think it's like 40 grand. So a little bit less expensive than an all-4 equivalent. and you get to stir your own gears, row your own gears, whatever you want to call it. You get to drive the car the way it was meant to be driven. But I'm getting caught up in traffic here, so back to the studio. And as it's now raining outside and makes my job a little bit more difficult, I'm gonna finish off this video in the basement of a secret location. And if the people who work here recognize this location, they'll know what it is. But I want to thank you all for watching. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. Check out my playlist at the end of this video on all things MINI Clubman. And as always, life is too short to drive a boring car. And yes, I know there's a Corvette back there and a McLaren, but drive the Mini. I'll see you all in the next video.